Good afternoon, children. Today we'll continue with the section 2. Okay, we finished section 1 of the prose lesson Journey by Train. We'll just move on to section 2. So now let me read, and after that I'll explain. All of you listen carefully. The train stopped at 8 o'clock in the midst of a clearing some 15 miles beyond Rothal, where there were several bungalows and workmen's cabins. The conductor, passing along the carriages, shouted, "Passengers will get out here." Phileas Fogg looked at Sir Francis Cromarty for an explanation, but the general could not tell why there was a halt in the midst of this forest of dates and acacias. Curious, Passepartout rushed out and speedily returned crying, "Monsieur, no more railway." "What do you mean?" asked Sir Francis. "I mean to say that the train isn't going to go any further." The general at once stepped out while Phileas Fogg calmly followed him, and they proceeded together to the conductor. Where are we?" asked Sir Francis. "At the hamlet of Colby." "Do we stop here?" "Certainly. The railway isn't finished." "What? Not finished?" "No. There's still a matter of 50 miles to be laid from here to Allahabad, where the line begins again. But the papers announced the opening of the railway throughout." "What can I tell you, officer? The papers were mistaken." "Yet you sell tickets from Bombay to Calcutta," snapped Sir Francis, who was growing angry. "No doubt," replied the conductor, "but the passengers know that they must provide means of transportation for themselves from Colby to Allahabad." Sir Francis was furious. Passepartout would willingly have knocked the conductor down and did not dare to look at Mr. Fogg. Sir Francis said, "Mr. Fogg, quietly, will, if you please, look about for some means of transport to Allahabad." "Mr. Fogg, this is a delay greatly to your disadvantage." "No, Sir Francis, it was foreseen." "What, you knew that the way?" Not at all." Akka? "Mr. Fogg, this is a delay greatly to your disadvantage." "No, Sir Francis, it was foreseen." "What? You knew that the way?" "Not at all. But I knew that some obstacle or other would sooner or later arise on my route. Nothing, therefore, is lost. I have 2 days which I have already gained to sacrifice. A steamer leaves Calcutta for Hong Kong at noon on the 25th. This is the 22nd, and we shall reach Calcutta in time. So in the section 1, we saw that an Englishman, Mr. Fogg, and he goes along with his servant, Passepartout, and they are just going around the world for 80. Within 80 days they'll just go. Now they have reached India. Okay, they are just going by train, and along with them there is this Mr. Fogg's friend also. His name is Francis Cromarty. Okay, and in the first section we see that how the nature India got. We see about the different cultivations, different trees, bungalows and things and all. What all things they see, that has been explained in section 1. And we saw it was in the morning. They have their breakfast at 12, and then the train reaches the valleys of Satpur mountains, which separates Khandesh from Bundelkhand, and it was 3 in the morning. Till there we finished. So today we'll see the section 2. I have read now, and now I'm going to explain. Listen. So at 8 o'clock Um, it was crossed nearly 15 miles beyond Rothel. There they were able to see lot of bungalows and workmen cabins. Workmen means like people doing some manual labor. They are skilled in some works. Okay, they'll be having like self-employed. Okay, like they could see a lot of cabins, workmen's cabin, and suddenly, the conductor shouts and he tells that passengers will get out here. And Fogg, he looks at Sir Francis Cromarty, that general, no, he was a British general, and he doesn't know what's happening there. He couldn't tell, but only thing they know is it's a forest filled with lot of dates and acacias. Okay, those trees they could see there, and this Passepartout rushes and he says, Monsieur, no more railway. Uh, and he asks this Sir Francis, is an no more railway. I mean to say that the train isn't going to go any further. So the train is not going to go any further. So this Sir Francis, he gets out, and this Fogg also follows him, and they just go together to the conductor. And this Francis, he asks, where are we? Where are we? At the hamlet of Colby. And the conductor and he asks, do we stop here? And the conductor is telling the railway isn't finished. Okay, the works are not yet finished. And the conductor says again 50 more miles they has to lay to reach this Allahabad. This railway tracks has to get fixed, and it has to the works are still going on. And this Francis is telling in paper we saw that throughout we are going to travel by train, but this conductor is telling it's a wrong message. Okay, and Francis again he just tells, but okay, let the papers be wrong, but you sell tickets from Bombay to Calcutta. What about that? Like that, he asked angrily. And this conductor tells, yeah, but the passengers, all the passengers know that they should find some means of transportations for themselves. They should arrange themselves from Colby to Allahabad. Like that, he is telling. And Francis, he becomes furious. Even Passepartout, he is very much angry. He might have knocked down this conductor. Okay, and this Fogg, he's telling, we'll just look for some means of transport to Allahabad. And this Mr. Fogg and this Francis, he's telling, Mr. Fogg, this is a delay greatly to disadvantage. Okay, it's a big disadvantage to us, like that he's telling. And this Fogg, he's telling, no, this is already, I thought maybe while traveling there might be some obstacles like that and all. He's just trying to calm him down. Okay, and this um, Fogg again he just tried to calm this Sir Francis, telling that we have 2 more days because it was 22nd, and on 25th there is a steamer which leaves from Calcutta to Hong Kong, and so they have plenty of time. So he's telling we don't want to just get upset, like that he's telling. Okay, so this is all about this part 2. Okay, so once again I'll just tell. So at 8 o'clock suddenly the train stops, and the conductor tells that all should find some means and they should reach Allahabad, and the place where the train stopped is Colby. and this Francis is getting angry, even Passepartout, but this Fogg, he tried to calm both of them, and he tells that we'll just find some means and we'll just reach there, and because they are just traveling around the world, and he's just telling that the steamer which leaves Calcutta to Hong Kong, no, it is only on 25th it's beginning its journey, so there are a lot of plenty of time, and the day when this incident happened, that was only on 22nd, so he's just trying to calm them down. Okay, தமிழ்லையும் சொல்லிடுறேன். நம்ம செக்ஷன் 1ல் பார்த்தோம், ஃபிலிஸ் ஃபோக் வந்து அவருடைய வேலைக்காரர் அவர் பாஸ்பர்ட்டோ கூட வந்துட்டு இப்போ உலகம்லாம் சுற்றிட்டுருக்கிறாரு. 80 நாளுக்குள்ளே அவங்க முடிக்கணும். அப்போ அவங்களோட ஃப்ரெண்ட் ஒருத்தர் சார் ஃப்ரான்சிஸ், அவர் வந்து ஒரு பிரிட்டிஷ் ஜென்ரலாக இருக்கிறாரு. அவரும் அவங்க கூட போகிறாங்க. ஃபஸ்ட்டு பார்ட்டில் வந்து நிறைய இடங்கள்லாம் அவங்க சுற்றி பார்க்குறாங்க. அதுதான் வந்து செக்ஷன் பார்ட் 1ல் இருக்குது. பார்ட் 2ல் வந்து ஒரு 8 மணிக்கு போல் திடீர்னு ட்ரெயின் நிற்குது. கண்டக்டர் வந்து சொல்கிறாரு, நீங்கள் வேறு ஏதாவது ஒரு வண்டி ஏதாவது வசதி பண்ணிவிட்டு நீங்கள் வந்து அலகாபாத் போய் சேர்ந்துருங்க, ஏன்னா அது வரைக்கும் ரயில்வே ட்ராக் போடல அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. இவர் ஃப்ரான்சிஸ்க்கு ரொம்ப கோபம் வருது, ஏன்னா அவங்க டிக்கெட் அது வரைக்கும் வாங்கியிருக்கிறாங்க. ஆனால் இவர் கண்டக்டர் சொல்கிறாரு, எல்லா பேசஞ்சர்ஸுக்கும் தெரியும், உங்களுக்கு தெரியாதாங்கிற மாதிரி சொல்கிறாரு. ஃப்ரான்சிஸ்க்கு ரொம்ப கோபம் வருது, ஆனால் பாஸ்போர்ட்டோக்கும் கோபம் வருது. ஆனால் அந்த ஃபோக் வந்து இவரை வந்து காம் டவுன் பண்ணுறாரு. நம்மளுக்கு வந்து 25 இன்றைக்கி வந்து 22ஆந்தேதி தான், 25ஆந்தேதி தான் கல்கட்டாலேருந்து ஹாங்காங் போகிற ஒரு ஷிப்பை வந்து ஜேர்னி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுது. அதனால நமக்கு டைம் இருக்குது, எப்படினாலும் அங்கே போயிடலான்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவரை வந்து சாந்தப்படுத்துகிறாரு. சரியா, இதுதான் வந்துட்டு செக்ஷன்